Let's watch the Shadow of the Erdtree gameplay reveal trailer. I have not seen this. I've not witnessed any of it. I have intentionally not looked at anything this morning. When I got up with my boys this morning, we turned on Shrek Forever After. Very good movie. It's like actually pretty terrible, but it's actually quite fun. So we turned that on, ate breakfast. It was super cute. And that's how I distracted myself from watching any of this. So I have not seen anything. I don't know what we're dealing with. I don't know anything. We're just gonna go for it.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men.
Ooh.
There is nothing more terrifying.
I'm gonna call him Egbert.
In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Blood of your fellows. The Erdtree faithful.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
Whoa.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
Oh man.
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Oh, baby.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Vesper's flame.
Come now, touch the withered arm, and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Okay. Okay. June 21st. 4 days after my birthday. And they have a collector's edition for it? Okay, you know you've peaked as a developer when you can just like casually drop a collector's edition for a DLC. Oh, details for Shadow of the Erdtree. It's their largest expansion to date. Makes sense. I mean, after all this time, I would kind of hope it is. Guided by Miquella. Enter the land of shadow, a completely new world from the lands between. Interesting. It didn't look visually that distinct, but maybe I wasn't looking that close. Seamlessly travel back and forth between the land of shadow's vast maps. Dude, so did they just create a new, like Elden Ring 2, but as an expansion? That's ridiculous. Here you will meet others who follow in Miquella's footsteps. New weapons, skills, and magic exclusive to the expansion, new storyline, bosses, dungeons, and more. I mean, it seems like they've been busy. Surface area will be larger than Limgrave, over 10 new boss fights, so probably 11. That's usually what that means. 8 new weapon categories. What? Okay, that's outrageous. Structure is similar to the base game with vast fields, legacy dungeons, and smaller dungeons. Transition between fields and dungeons is more seamless with something a little more in between. Okay. Difficulty will be similar to the end game of Elden Ring. which is funny because I actually think the game got a little easier in the end game, but they say there are bosses equal in difficulty to Melania, which she was very difficult, but it also depended on when you fought her, because there was one period where they broke the Melania fight. Yeah, as announced by Bandai Namco, update 1.04.1 has fixed a bug with Melania Blade of Miquela, in which her HP was not healed correctly in the online multiplayer environment. This should mean that the fights where you have summoned cooperative player to help, Melania won't be able to regain her health unless her blows actually connect with the player. That's good news for anyone trying to overcome the hardest boss. But basically what would happen is like Melania had these attacks that were just kind of like taking her sword and just kind of slashing it back and forth. And apparently they broke it. So there was a bug that would pop up after 1.04 where every time she performed an attack, she would heal from it. Instead of when it connected and dealt damage, she would heal. So players would like grind this out. They would get her down to quarter health or something, or half health, and then she would just turn around, do her big flurry attack, and just heal all the way up. And players were like, oh my God. Like, what? It's infuriating, but it worked. It worked really good at humbling players. Humbling players real good. So a lot of players, like, that happened to be at the time when a lot of people got to the Melania fight. And so when they got to the Melania fight, they were like, oh my God, this sucks. It's just, it's just really funny. Elden Beast was harder than Melania, TBH. Depends on what build you were doing. I think it was holy. I think Elden Beast was like immune or super resistant to holy damage. So if you had a holy build, you were screwed. But if you did other stuff, it was much easier. I remember having a decently easy time with him. He took my thing.